I have a call for an Uprising video that was submitted to me. And I know that whenever I do one of these, there's always going to be somebody from Call's fan base that pops in to say all manner of dumb shit. So I just want to say, if you are a member of Call's fan base, as I do with every video where I tackle Call, I want to say hi. How are you doing? Hopefully your day is going well. I'm sorry that that your day is going so terribly that the only thing that gave you joy today was trolling me. But regardless. But before we get into the Call for an Uprising video, which is called Don't Be Afraid to Be Yourself and Whoever You Want to Be, which I haven't seen the video yet, but I know Call for an Uprising well enough to know that that's not actually going to be the message in the video. Let's go ahead and get into the fan art section. So, from Enemikian, thank you very much for the fan art, and this is a drawing of me that was done on the stream. Not me specifically, the character. I hate to spoil this for anybody, but I don't actually have a tail, or ears, or fangs, or even paws. But I'm sure there's somebody who that's news for. Next, we have a Nekosaurus that was done by Blood Moon Phoenix. And then finally, we have an emote drawing that was done by Blue Cat Shadow. As always, everyone, thank you very much for your fan art submissions. If you want your fan art to be featured on an episode, then the best way to do so is by dropping it into the fan art section of the Discord, a link of which you can find in the description. There's a link tree in the description, rather, and you can find them there. And yes, chat, I don't really have a tail. So, but the bead necklace, 100% have that. I mean, probably somewhere, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? But, yeah, Call for an Uprising. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go right the fuck ahead.
Wrong with the world that we live in.
No, we're not doing your animated thing. We show it all the time. Here we go.
Because this is a call for an uprising.
Okay.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I know most of you are probably, well, if you do celebrate Memorial Day. I mean, I don't really celebrate any holidays, of course, except the one I'm about to talk about here. I actually, I like to, Memorial Day, have a burger maybe, that kind of a thing. But I've already gotten way beyond Memorial Day in my mind. And I know we're still hours away from the beginning, but I want to just get it started now because I'm so excited and anxious. So I've actually begun celebrating Pride the whole month of June.
Okay, so I'm fairly certain if he's saying that he celebrates Pride, I think he's going to go ahead and go into the super straight thing. That's my prediction. Maybe I'll be wrong.
Pride month, so it's a really great month to celebrate, of course. It's a great, what's really great about it, other than the hijack rainbow, of course, the beautiful rainbow.
Hijack the rainbow. Dude, rainbows existed before people wrote your Bible. Don't even.
Which, of course, symbolizes God's promise. But I think what's really great about Pride Month is that these people who are oppressed for so long and dealt with so much, getting called names and things like that. It's just horrible, horrible things.
Really? Just being called names. That's all it was. Let's see here. When was gay marriage legalized? June 26, 2015. Okay, let's see here. Which states have sodomy laws? Let's see, sodomy laws in the United States. Going from the 17th century up, we have sodomy laws in several fucking states. Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Michigan. Oh, so you mean like literally you can legally be charged for engaging in consenting sexual acts with other adults? Yes, that is a thing. That is what sodomy laws were, and in a lot of ways, they kind of still are, technically. But, definitely there's never been any oppression of gay people in the United States. They weren't stripped of their rights to marry. You definitely never have had instances where people have been fired from jobs for being gay. People have definitely not been thrown out of their houses for being gay, and that being viewed as a perfectly fine thing to do by society at large. No, that's never happened.
That all of these brands have come out with these products, and I mean, it seems like, they're so oppressed. We're going to go through the list right now, but there are, USA Today released this article, 40 brands that are giving back for Pride Month. So most of you will probably want to stock up and buy some of these items. Get them under your Christmas tree this year.
So laugh. Much funny. Okay, so we already did this with the Mecha Random thing, and we kind of did with the Opposite Tatum thing. Let's go ahead and run over the whole thing. Rainbow capitalism, bad, but also good. Bad because it's exploiting people in the same way capitalism always does, but good because it is indicative of a change in the social zeitgeist. Right? Cool. Boom.
All right, so let's take a look here. 40 brands that are giving back for Pride Month 2021. Looks really cool. So let's start at the top. A Tribe Called Queer. Okay, not sure who they are. Let's find out. This QB IPOC shop is based out of Los Angeles.
QB IPOC. It's fucking queer and people of color. It's not that hard, dude.
And offers affordable apparel and accessories year-round that celebrate LG. Oh, so year-round. It's not even just 1 month. So this is great. So this is, not only that, it's a host of a variety of classes and workshops aimed at promoting inclusivity and celebrating the artistic projects of community members. So that's really great stuff. Then we move down here to...
He says it's really great stuff, but we've seen enough call for an uprising. We know that's sarcasm.
Adidas, the big brand. Adidas, of course, in on Pride Month. I mean, it seems really oppressed here. We got Adidas, excuse me.
If a market is made for you, you cannot be oppressed, according to Call for an Uprising. A market existing for an individual merely means that that individual is visible and has money to spend. That is all. Says nothing about whether or not that that group deals with any actual oppression. So let's see here. Let's see. Instances of LGBTQ oppression in the United States. I'm just curious as to what I'll find here. Let's see here. Let's take a look. The state of the LGBTQ community in 2020. Let's see. North America Speak overview. More than 1 in 3 LGBTQ Americans face discrimination in some kind this year, including more than 3 in 5 transgender Americans. Discrimination adversely affects the mental and economic well-being of many LGBTQ Americans, including 1 in 2 who report moderate or significant negative psychological impacts. To avoid the experience of discrimination, more than half of the LGBTQ Americans report hiding a personal relationship. About 1/5 to 1/3 have altered other aspects of their personal or work lives. About 3 in 10 LGBTQ Americans faced difficulties last year accessing necessary medical care due to cost issues, including more than half of transgender Americans. 15% of LGBTQ Americans report postponing or avoiding medical treatment due to discrimination, including nearly 3 in 10 transgender individuals. Transgender individuals faced unique obstacles to accessing healthcare, including 1 in 3 who had to teach their doctor about transgender individuals in order to even receive appropriate care. LGBTQ Americans have experienced significant mental health issues related to the COVID pandemic. Survey findings. They find that they say, at a basic level, this study finds that many LGBTQ individuals reported mistreatment in their public work and personal lives. Asked, in the past year, have you experienced discrimination of any kind based on your race or ethnicity, national origin, sex, gender identity, sexual orientation, religion, disability, status of any kind, or age? More than one-third of LGBTQ people, 36% of respondents, said they had. Amongst transgender individuals, this number increases dramatically, with a 62% reporting indiscrimination in that year. Simply fantastic. Thank you very much for the Prime subscription. But, yeah. Definitely nothing happens to the LGBTQ community, apparently, according to Call, because, well, there's a market for them, and, you know, they could spend money at corporation.net.edu, whatever the fuck the corporation happens to be. They can't possibly face any kinds of discrimination in public places, and in school, and in the workplace. No data exists for any of that. Just holy crap. Continue, Call. Please, you have such good points.
Now we have Apple. Everybody's familiar with our friends over at Apple, right? They got those Pride bands. Pretty neat stuff, huh?
Mr. Krabs 678, thank you very much for extending your Tier 1 subscription through October.
And we move down here. We got Banana Republic, Live with Pride. Those are their shirts. They're wearing Live with Pride, you know?
Okay.
Satan's favorite sin. I mean, pride.
There's a difference between pride as it exists as a virtue and pride as it exists as a vice or a sin. Being proud of the work you do while being humble as an individual, or being proud of the things that you've accomplished while being humble as an individual, is perfectly fine and acceptable and normal to do, even by biblical standards.
Bath and Body Works. Love always wins. Right? Remember, Christians always get to just completely lost in love, and they think that it means tolerance as well. But anyway, sorry.
Can you just be honest with your messaging, Call? I understand that you've had multiple channels that, you know, get struck and hit and over again, and you then delete the old channel and create a new one so that after you've gotten 2 strikes, you get to avoid YouTube bans. I feel like that's actually a type of TOS violation, where you've racked up multiple strikes on multiple channels, but before you ever get that last strike, you always seem to magically make a new one. This last one you called Call for a Rainbow before changing it around. But, you know, I just have to wonder, my guy. I just have to wonder, whenever I'm watching your content, why?
Sorry. Bath and Body Works. Love always wins. Love and the end. Okay. Then we get Bliss here. Bliss makeup remover wipes celebrating Pride Month. We got Boombas or Bombas. No clue. No clue what they are. A pair of
It's socks.
Socks. Every pair you buy, they'll donate to those in need through the LGBTQ ZY organization. So that's really cute, huh? We got Bobos. You got Bobos with some artwork there. Really seems really oppressed. I mean, there's a choose love here.
Again, you're literally just complaining that a group of people have been considered marketable to support. That doesn't mean that that group does not deal with oppression in multiple other ways. It doesn't mean that there is not data that literally exists right now that you could have access to if you were willing to do a simple fucking Google search that would explain this.
Here we go. Choose love. Okay. Choose love shirt. All right. Disagreeing, of course, is automatically hate, or actually just saying that get out of our face is actually hate.
Nobody says get out of our face. Generally speaking, LGBTQ people just want to exist. They don't fucking do this. I'm sure there's a few people who get in somebody's faces, but what's funny, though, is that typically, if you do have an LGBTQ person who gets in your face about their identity, it's usually because they've already experienced people shitting on that identity repeatedly. Also, how's it going, Nabneko? How is it going? But yeah, no, it's usually because if you even see this, as rare as it is, it's because their identity has been shit on by people like you already in the past, creating an environment where they have a toxic response. Almost as if you just shut the fuck up, you wouldn't have this problem.
Converse. We have Converse here with the almost looks like a serpent rainbow on the shoe there.
Oh, big Satan energy. Satan's gonna come here with his giant rainbow dick.
Wonderful job. Then we get Disney, right? Disney, of course, just, because it's important to let the children know about this and acceptance and teach them all about it.
Yes, because otherwise they grow up to be bigots like you. Literally. Okay. We would like to live in a world where nobody has to be taught about LGBTQ people. Because that would mean that it has been normalized to the point where it's just accepted in common waste-day parlance and everything that LGBTQ people exist and they're fine. We would like to create a world where we never have to have these conversations with people, kids or otherwise, ever again. But we don't live in that world. In fact, actually, we live in a world where people take their Bibles and they try to argue that you're all going to hell because of something that you literally cannot change. You cannot change your identity. That is a thing that just happens to change on its own based on your experiences, and you don't have a lot of volition over it. You can't change your sexuality. Again, that's a thing that changes based on your experiences and changes based on your upbringing. These are not things that you can choose. You don't get to choose those environments. You get to choose the things you experience in life. None of these things are things that you have volition over. Then people like Call for an Uprising, and those who follow him, tend to whip out Bibles and say that, these people are going to hell, blah, 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 this is wonderful. We have to actually accept the fact that while a good world would be a world where we never have to have these conversations, we nonetheless live in a world where bigots exist, and there are children who grow up in houses raised by bigots. As a result, we end up having to explain to other children that, no, this is normal, this is fine. Otherwise, those children end up getting influenced by the children who were raised by bigots, or the parents who were raised by bigots, leading them to think the same type of things that Call for an Uprising thinks. You have to actually inform people of things to change the social zeitgeist. Otherwise, you're just a giant status quo warrior, which I would argue that Call is in many ways.
That's just welcome to 2021. Love Disney and showing your support for the LGBT. The Rainbow Disney Collection offers an assortment of vibrant face masks, just what your kid wants this year, t-shirts.
Well, yeah, because at least right now, we're still dealing with COVID, dude.
Stuffed animals, and more that could be great for the whole family. And by the way, if you haven't seen the video I did earlier today, I think a lot of you did not get the notification about there's a serpent in the thumbnail. You might want to at least check it out just so you're aware, about shedding. Okay? Wink, wink. I would definitely take a look. It's
shedding? What?
worth researching on your own, or of course check it out and go over to the website. We have Dr. Martens. Here, Dr. Martens 1461 boots are one prideful way to celebrate this year.
Okay, so are you just literally going over every single product that's on this list? I'm gonna fast forward in the video. I'm waiting for substance. Oh wait, there's something trans here. I think I know what we're gonna get here.
To see. Boy. Hold on.
You could edit that out.
Need some Malox. Whew. Boy. Oh, excuse me. Don't know what got into me there. I think I must have had a uncooked burger or something like that. Then we got Gap. Of course, Gap, a big company. So lots of companies here. The Glow company. I don't know. Do we have a lot of companies like this celebrating? I don't know. Harry's Razors. Okay, so we got razors.
Okay, are you literally just boringly going through every one of these? Is that the whole video?
I covered this with Lil Nas, right? This article from USA Today says, we're obsessed with UGG fluffy ass slides. And for Pride 2021, you can snag a new pair of cozy rainbow hood slides in your collection. The disco stripe slides are new this year, and the brand new will donate $25 per pair for those purchased directly on the site to GLAAD, up to $125,000. Awesome stuff. Boy, that pillow behind him kind of looks, yeah, that's nothing.
It's a penis. You're supposed to suck it.
Strange there. I love how they just...
Oh, Chrisia used 50 bits to drop in. It's their latest conspiracy that the vaccine recipients shed the virus and infect other... What the fuck? Are these guys actually allergic to reality? I have to wonder.
Just put that in here on USA Today. The pillow, yeah. No, it's just my imagination.
It's a hot dog.
Welly X P flag. Guess, Welly is offering a special Pride-themed bundle. Okay, no one's interested in that company, Pride or not. Oh, what? Wild Fang.
He saw an old woman with Tibby. It made him very upset. This man has never been introduced to a cougar before.
Boy.
Okay.
I can't even crack a joke. Just gonna keep going. Zenny.
You don't even have humor on the best of days,
Pride
dude.
flowers. These actually naturally grow, folks. I grow them in my garden myself. I'll give you if you guys want the seeds, I got them. You won't imagine what the seeds are. It's a cross. You cross two certain seeds together, right? It ends with men and it begins with C. Right? Isn't that cool? Pride rainbows. You could send them to your loved ones. I love it. So we're kicking it off with a bang. I thought everybody out there would be super excited.
Okay.
I know you all are. So I'm starting it, and I'm glad these companies have come out and started it. Hope you guys are too. I think it's going to be a wonderful month. Hopefully the weather holds up for our parades all around the country, and keep supporting everybody. Keep supporting, and this is. You know, they're a press group of people who really need support. They don't get enough. There's no celebrities that support it or are of that nature, preference. You know, that's sexual orientation. Nope.
Okay.
So it's a good month to raise awareness because no one's aware they exist. Sorry, I didn't just throw something, did I?
Did he just unironically have a tantrum on his fucking edited video? Hold on.
It's because no one's aware they exist. Sorry, I didn't just throw something, did I?
Poor fucking baby! Poor fucking baby! Call, are you okay, absolute child?
Yes. No one's aware they exist. No one, you know. So we need this month to focus on that, focus our attention there. And that's what I'll be doing. So I hope you guys will be joining me. And again, I hope you guys will be joining me on my website at callforanuprising.com, which is $2.99 a month. Of course.
Of course it's $2.99 a month. Of course your website is $2.99 a month. Of course there's a subscription to hear your dumb voice. Okay, no, we're not going for that. Okay, so what did we just watch? What was the whole video? What was the point of this? This was Call being as safe as possible. He knows his audience is filled with homophobes and transphobes. He himself is one. He's come onto my channel and flat out told me that my friends that are trans need to kill themselves or check themselves into mental hospitals. So we know the audience he panders to and we know the thoughts that he has. So what is happening here? This is sarcastic irreverence. This is a way to signal to his audience that, hey, this stuff is kooky, this stuff is bad, this stuff is evil and satanic. But I've got to say it in a way that's happy and smiley, and it's definitely not what I'm saying, because if I were saying that, then the YouTube algorithm would give me a big fat old stompy. This is what he does all the time now, because that's what he's got to do. With all of his channels getting hit repeatedly, this is the only thing that he's got now. He has to do this. But, you know, it's Call. I expect nothing else. Said, fucking stochastic totalism, what a drug. Sorry, says my 10-year-old acts better than that, and he has Asperger's with emotional deficiencies. See, I feel like Call has emotional deficiencies, but not in the way that you would, not in the way that you could attribute to anything, like, biological. I feel like this is just... he's beaten any love he potentially has out, and that's where he is. But see, here's the problem with tackling sarcastic irreverence. It's an interesting thing, because this is the issue that we have with Nick Fuentes a lot, too. When you're dealing with somebody who's engaging in this sarcastic, irreverent style, any criticism you make of them immediately gets turned against you. Dude, he's being a homophobe in this whole video. It's very obvious. No, dude, he literally said that he loves Pride. What are you talking about? He can't be a homophobe if he's showing pictures of gay people on screen and he's saying he loves them. He even agreed that they were oppressed in the video. Yeah, but the tone of his voice argued that that's not what he actually believes, and that's not what he's saying. Like, the audience that he curates also, very obviously, do not believe that he's being sarcastic, or do not believe that he's being legitimate here. They know he's being sarcastic. No, you can't prove that. And then if you bring Call on for a conversation, then he'll likely hide behind the sarcastic irreverence forever, and it's an infinite loop that you can't really get out of. Yeah, Mr. Krabs, I agree. He's a very sad little man. He's a very, very sad little man. Oh, well. So as it says, I've got my money on him being attracted to woman penis, and he hates himself for it. Dude, Call for an Uprising is unironically the type of person who begs to experience the mouthfeel, but he can't let the audience he's curated know that. That said, though, if you guys enjoyed the content in any way, shape, or form, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the follow button over on Twitch if you have not done so. If you haven't followed me over on Twitch because you were just watching on YouTube, you should totally do that. We're in the middle of a partner push right now, and I desperately want that to continue going as well as it has been lately. But with all that said, if you want to support the channel and what I do, check the description. There's links to my Patreon and other ways you can support down there. And as always, everyone, insert end of video tagline here.